Hello, Whovians, it's your old pal Lopez with the new Who review. This time we start off season 13, Lucky 13, with The Terror of the Zygons. We join the Doctor and his two companions, Sarah Jane and Harry, as they return to Earth to answer a call from Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart and Unit, who have set up HQ in the Scottish town of Tulloch. They are investigating the destruction of several offshore oil rigs in the North Sea. They soon find themselves face to face with the menace of the shape-shifting ZYGONS, intent on reshaping our planet for themselves and the creature they control. Many miles away, something crawls to the surface of a dark Scottish loch. Can the Doctor and his companions save the Earth from the terror of the Zygons? The Zygon makeup I thought was pretty cool. The leader, Broton. Yes, Broton. Okay. Well, anyway, I like the overall look. The little suckers kind of reminded me of some fungus, perhaps, and they called their tech organic crystallography. No. The overall set look I thought was very neat. They had crystalline walls and opaque sliding doors, and the panels, the instrument panels, looked Cronenbergian. It is now. Okay. Yeah. There were some nice moments that I have to point out. One is where the Doctor is being held on the Zygon ship. On the wall, there is a speaker slash listening device. The Doctor, it looks like a Salvador Dali ear to me, because when he pulls it away, it's attached to a line, and when he lets it go, it snaps back into place. I kind of like that. Also, there's another moment where the Brigadier is on the phone with the Prime Minister, and it's very crisp, and he's very patriotic, and there's a swell of music underneath. I like that little moment too. The Doctor does a "What are those?" to the Brigadier upon seeing him for the first time in a long time. Also, the Doctor is able to place himself in an oxygen-conserving meditative state. Also, he has the ability to mind meld with others and put them in the same state. Not too shabby. Pretty darn cool. At one point, the Doctor says, "I'm not a part of any nonsense, Your Grace." He's speaking to the Duke. And then he puts his hat on a suit of armor where it stays for the rest of the scene. Let's talk about Nessie. Nessie was quaint. "A giant crustacean from the Paleolithic era was sent to kill the Prime Minister." I said, "No, Loch Ness Monster." He leaned down and said, "I need about $350." He gave him $1. The nurse was played by Lilias Walker, and she was menacing, but at the same time a little funny, kind of a cross between Nurse Ratched from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and Frau Bluehair. Angus Linney, who played Angus in this episode, was Storr in The Ice Warriors back in season 5. And the Duke was played by actor John Woodruff, was also Hibbert in Spearhead from Space in season 7, and in season 10's Frontier in Space, Mr. Woodruff was the Draconian Emperor. Here, as the Duke and Broton, he is very interesting to watch. He barely blinks, and his lines are delivered very, very nicely. In the form of the Duke, he tells the Doctor the Zygon plans for taking over the Earth. It will be many centuries before the fleet arrives. In that time, the whole of this Earth must be restructured. The polar ice caps must go. The mean temperature raised several degrees. Can you imagine that? After all is wrapped up nicely, the Doctor finds his TARDIS and smiles. I'm going to London. I can be there 5 minutes ago, he says, and opens the door. None of his companions are eager to join him except for Sarah Jane. He makes him promise. We're going straight to London. I promise, says the doctor. And off they go. We're just going to have to see how that worked out. Me too. I'll see you in time.